Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good morning, everybody. On this Friday, November 24th, 2023, I just want to wish all my American friends a happy belated Thanksgiving Day, and it's also a Black Friday in the States and Canada as well. Live with CDP Sports Talk is sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out barrycullen.com for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, or give them a call at 519-824-0210 or email them at info@barrycullen.com. Live with CDP Sports Talk is on weeknights on radio station WQEE 99.1 FM in Metro Atlanta, the home of Southern Talk and Sports. I hope everyone's doing well on this Black Friday in the States and Canada on Friday, November 24th. I'm looking forward to my guest today. This is her first appearance on Live with CDP Sports Talk. I've known her a little while on social media. Her name is Rori Diggs. She's a stand-up comedian from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and she has done some acts at the Improv, Flappers, and the Laugh Factory as well. And we're going to talk to Rori a little bit about her career in the comedy industry and also being from Philadelphia, and maybe a little Eagles talk as well.
Yes. Hey.
Good morning. Good morning, Rori. How are you?
What's up, Chris? How are you? It's good to finally be in contact with you like this. Used to seeing your face on social media.
Yes, I'm on there quite often with my radio and podcast show and my media work as well.
Right. You doing your thing.
Absolutely. And like I said, again, I want to say thank you so much for coming on here and giving us a little bit of your time this morning.
Oh, I appreciate the invite.
Absolutely. And we're going to get into some questions, Rori. Can you tell my audience here in Canada, and it's an international show now too, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a native Philadelphian, born and raised. I'm actually here on vacay, came to surprise my mom for Thanksgiving, and I do stand-up. I live in Los Angeles now, and I've been out there for about 12 years now, and I love it out there on the West Coast, but I'm a Philly girl. And shout out to y'all fine behind Justin Trudeau, honey. We love him. We love him in the States. But anyway, I digress. So I'm a Philly girl living in the Cali area, trying to make the dream happen. Been pursuing and doing comedy for over a decade now. I love it. Passionate about the arts. So that's pretty much it. I'm a basic girl, just trying to make the dream happen. That's all.
And that's what I love about the city of Philadelphia. It's not just because of the Rocky Balboa movie. It's just because the sports teams, the fans are passionate, and the teams are always considered the underdog. And I love that underdog mentality as well. And you got my one of my favorite Eagles players on, Devontae Smith, number 6 jersey
you
on.
See that catch? That boy is the truth. No, we are very passionate. I mean, we get a bad rap, as being some of the worst fans in period. But I don't agree with that. I think we're just passionate, like you said. Passionate, and that's folks are just passionate. That's all.
You love your sports teams, and you love you just love your sports. You love your food there. Hey, I was going to ask you this as well. How was your happy Thanksgiving? Your Thanksgiving's a little later than ours here in Canada, but how was your Thanksgiving with your mom and your family?
Well, and happy Thanksgiving to you too, the Canadian side. It was wonderful. She had no idea that I was coming into town, so I surprised her. I can't do it too much now because she's like 77 and I don't want to give her a heart attack. Somebody just coming in the house the middle of the night. But it was a pleasant surprise. We had a pretty quiet dinner, and it's low key, but it's pretty low key around the holidays because unfortunately, like back in 2001, my only brother, had passed away around this time. So
I'm sorry.
Oh no, thank you for your condolences. So it's always been kind of a low key thing. We kind of just keep it, together, me and her and stuff like that. So it was absolutely worth the trip to make her smile and to surprise her and to get some serious home cooking because my mom can burn. And burn is the opposite. Burn means that you can cook really good. Burn don't mean that you're a bad cook. Burn mean that you are a great cook. So it was good to surprise her. Yes.
I'm on my way over. I love food, by the way. What's your favorite food? What's your favorite food your mom makes? Favorite home cooked meal?
Ooh. Oh, well, it wouldn't be Thanksgiving. Like, my favorite is her. Okay. This is such a cliche for black folk, but it is her fried chicken. Okay. My mom, my mom can fry some chicken. And that's the first thing. Because she's like, you want me to fry you some chicken? That was the first thing. That and her baked macaroni and cheese. Like,
Oh,
that woman, she could sell it. Okay. She could sell, and I'm not just saying that because I'm her daughter. She could sell it. So those are
awesome.
my favorites. Yes.
Good to know. I'm on my way. But hey, I was going to ask you, when you have dessert for Thanksgiving,
Yes.
is it pie or a pumpkin pie?
Now, black folks do not do no pumpkin pie. Look, I love y'all. I love you. I will have a pumpkin spice latte from Dunkin' Donuts or something like that. But we do sweet potato pie, okay?
Okay.
We sweet potato pie all day, okay? And
I should
like
try it.
Patty LaBelle sweet potato pie. I'm giving everybody all kinds of plugs. Nah, sweet potato pie, baby. Sweet potato pie, that's the
Okay.
joy right there.
I will try it and I will let you know. And I'm hoping to get up to Philadelphia again because I'm a huge Eagles fan, and I haven't been to an Eagles game at Lincoln Financial Field yet. So,
well, neither have I, but
I got to ask you this quickly before we get into some comedy questions. Now, Philly's a great sports team. You got 5 professional sports teams. Which team is it in Philly? Is it the Phillies or is it the Eagles?
Whoa, it's kind of split because we love them. We love them equally, and we root for them, hard. So we love our Phillies. We love our Eagles. Right now, the Eagles, because the Phillies they lost the chance to go to the World Series. So people were disappointed about that, but we still got our Eagles out there repping. Got the best score in the league. The best what you call it? It's escaping me. Record. They got the best record
9-1
in the league right now.
9-1.
But 9-1, yes. And so we love them both. We love them equally. I don't think you can put one above the other. Everybody repping. They rep the Eagles. They rep the Eagles. They rep the Flyers. We rep the Six. We rep for ours. Yes.
Absolutely. And one thing about Philadelphia is people pay money to see their athletes, but they expect them to play hard and to make the effort at always, no matter what. Or if you're falling down, you get back up.
Well, you saw what happened. You saw what happened just this past Sunday against KC. And I love Andy Reid. And here's the thing, look, I got a lot of love. We love Andy Reid. Andy Reid was just a bomb dude, and even when they won last year, when they went to the Super Bowl and won, I had mad respect for him because he was a huge part of Philadelphia, and people got mad love for him. But it was good to see. I mean, it was a nail biter. It was a nail biter. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I did need like a shot of Jack just to get through that game, but but you see how we persevere, and just and just like our quarterback said, Dag, I'm nervous because I can't think of his name right now. Just like Hurts said,
Jalen Hurts,
it's just like Hurts said, it's being resilient. We come to play hard, and it ain't over until it's over. and they showed that. So I was thrilled.
And you know what? I can relate a little bit to Philadelphia because I'm switching careers later in life at 51, and I've been told by the skeptics and naysayers you can't. And I love being an underdog, and I love proving people wrong. And that's what I love
That's
about
right.
Philadelphia sports teams because they're always considered underdogs, even when they shouldn't be. And I just, yeah, and I'm a huge fan of the Rocky Balboa movies with
Oh
Sylvester
yes.
Stallone, and that just keeps me motivated to prove people wrong.
But do you know, let me tell you something about that movie. To this day, when I watch it, I still get emotional. I still get emotional to this day. And I don't know if it's because I live in LA and when I watch it, if it comes on, I catch it. But when he runs up Independence Mall, them steps, and just the, I don't know, it's that is like Rocky is like a Philly cheesesteak. You see what I'm saying? Like he is that movie just epitomizes the city, the heart, the perseverance, and that's to this day I still get emotional when I watch that movie. And that is the honest to
Or
God truth.
Or the other movie, Invincible, with Vince Papale, who's one of the reasons I became an Eagles fan. I love that movie that came out in 2006 with Vince
Now that
Papale.
I never saw that one, so I'm gonna have to be honest. I have to check that out. I never saw that one.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you even if you're not an Eagles fan and you're just a
Mhm.
football or sports fan, that movie is motivational. Highly recommend it. I gotta put you on the spot here before we get into some comedy questions. I've
Sure.
been to Philly a couple times. I had
Yeah.
a Tony Luke's cheesesteak. What's the best cheesesteak
Oh.
in Philadelphia, in your opinion?
Well, see, for me, it's Pagano's up here in Mount Airy on Ogans Avenue. But there's a couple of places, like everybody got their places. Like there's a Delisandro's on Ridge Avenue. Um there's Max's at Broad and Erie. And then of course people like Geno's and Pat's. But I love Pagano's. This place has been open for decades. And to me, they are the best. So everybody got their own. But Tony Luke's in South Philly, yo. But see, I won't get a cheesesteak from them. I'm gonna get the pork sandwich. I'm gonna get
Okay.
the roast pork. Like that's what you gotta get from Tony Luke's. They no joke. I love them
Okay.
too. Yes, yes.
I'm getting hungry now.
Oh, me
I'm gonna have to make a trip up to Philadelphia. But hey, Rory,
too.
I want to get into some
Yes,
questions with you too, because I know you're tight for time this morning. But
yes.
when did you decided you wanted to get in the comedy industry, and how difficult was it? Like, how competitive is it when you first start out in that industry?
Well, I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth was I never really had aspired. Like I didn't even know. I thought comics just were just like poof. They just were comics because like you don't know what goes into the craft. But what happened was like my brother was so naturally funny. Like he would imitate everybody. His favorite imitators person to imitate would be Ralph Cramden, Fred Sanford, and the dude from Married with Children. Those he loved. Oh, and Andrew Dice Clay. So he could do them just spot and even my uncles or anybody, right? And so my auntie, my mom's sister, she kept saying you need to get into some kind of comedy or something like that. She was to my brother, and he wasn't really into it like that. And I said, Sloot, you could do it. You could do it. And the thing is, I kept pushing him and making him pursue it. And I said, you know what? I got fed up because I was always into the arts anyway. I was always into acting and stuff like that. And I told him, I said, well, you know what? If you don't do it, I'm going to do it. And that's how it started. And I remember we first started out and I told him, I said, well, you write the jokes. I said, we could be the Milli Vanilli of comedy. You write the jokes and I'll get on stage and I'll tell him. And he said, no. He said, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it yourself. And so I started writing down little stuff because I grew up watching Richard Pryor, grew up watching Eddie Murphy, grew up watching them. So I just started sitting down thinking about things. I put together a little 3-minute set, found an open mic, and that was history. I think if I had bombed on my first time, I probably would have left it. But because I had a good reaction the very first time I did it, I've just fell in love with it, and it's so hard. It is really a hard art form. People make it look easy, but it's not. It's really a hard art form.
I was just going to ask you this question too. This is why listening skills are so important with the radio and podcast show. And I learned that when I started out 4 years ago. But I wanted
Uh-huh.
to ask you about this since you brought up the writing part. You obviously do it yourself.
Yes.
How difficult is it, or does it just come to you naturally writing jokes for your live acts?
It's kind of a two-prong for me. It doesn't come like as natural, but what has happened over the years is like as soon as you get that thought, you write it down. And then you can go back and tweak it. But you write the thought down, and like I've had a lot of mentors, guys in the game that have taught me and given me advice, and it's wordplay. You got to think about what words go together that make something laughable. Like it's very intricate if you're serious about it. That's why like some people just get up there, they think that it's very easy, but you really got to think about the concept of what type of words you want to put together, and you want to you want to always make your audience think you're going to turn right and make a left. You see what I mean? So it's if you're serious about it, and if you want to be effective, then you'll take it very serious. Oh, a bee almost came.
Oh,
Anyway, but you'll take you'll take a serious stance towards it. Yeah.
and Canada's known for hockey, beer, our winters or whatever. But we've had a lot of great Canadians here in Canada over the years, and
Mhm.
we had a comedy show that was at the same time as Saturday Night Live called SCTV here in Canada with the late
Oh
John
yeah.
Candy, Martin Short, Joe
Yes.
Flaherty. We've had so many great comedians from Canada over the years that have gone and been successful in the States as
Yes,
well.
in the
So,
States. Exactly. Yep.
do you want to name some of your, are you able to name some of your mentors and influences in the comedy industry? And you mentioned some ones that you enjoyed before, especially Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy's one of my favorites.
Well, Eddie Murphy is a comedy god. I mean, I was 15 years old. I thought I was gonna be Mrs. Eddie Murphy. Like I just knew I was gonna marry him. But but like my favorites now, it's like so across the board. George Carlin is comedy greatness. The way that he's a perfect example of how you put your words together and how you take your audience on a journey. I love George Carlin. I love Seinfeld because Seinfeld can talk about your clothes in a washer and make it funny. Like they're at a disco. I mean, that is just brilliant. My favorites are, of course, Dave Chappelle. Of course, oh, I love Cedric the Entertainer. Chris Rock. I like intellect. I like people that make me think. I like people that push the envelope a little bit. Um, so those are a couple of my favorite ones. And I love Sinbad too because Sinbad was a clean comic. I I salt and pepper with a little bit, but I'm not blue, which is f bombs and everything. Even though I'm not a prude, I love all kinds of comedy. But I kind of keep it like PG-13 to maybe a soft R. I don't do a whole lot of cussing, but I love Sinbad because he doesn't cuss at all, and he's super hilarious. So those are like some of my real influences.
Favorite Seinfeld episode? Did you have one?
I wasn't a big Seinfeld watching fan. I'm talking about Jerry's stand up. I love his stand up.
Okay,
But
okay,
Seinfeld, not a big, not, I guess the episode when my friend showed up as a pizza guy and with Elaine dancing. But I wasn't a huge, I know I might be the only person in America who wasn't, but I wasn't a huge Seinfeld sitcom fan.
okay.
I'm
And
sorry, everybody. Sorry. Don't hate me on that.
no, and I kind of like I said, I like comedy shows, like Cheers and stuff like that. Like I
Cheers and
said,
Frasier. See,
yeah,
Frasier was my
Frasier,
Frasier, King of Queens,
yeah,
Cosby Show. I know. Oh, okay, y'all. Don't say nothing about Bill Cosby. Okay, we all know. We all know. I'm
yeah.
talking about. I'm talking about Heathcliff. I ain't talking about Bill. But
Yeah.
no, those were like my sitcoms coming up that I really, really enjoy. I watch King of Queens every night. Like I go to sleep.
That was
to
a good
that. I
show.
love it.
Good show.
That's a
Good
great
show.
show. Yes.
I got to ask you this why I got you on as well, Rory. I wish I had 2 hours with you today, but how did you end up getting a small part on Everyone Loves Raymond? That was a great show. You got to tell us how that happened.
No, that was extra work. Well, that was the first time that I had lived in LA. I was out in LA from like 96 to 2001, and then I came back out 10, 11 years later. But no, so when you first come out back in those days, doing extra work was a way to get onto the set, learn about blocking. It was just a way to kind of get into the industry. And so when I got picked for that is probably my favorite episode, because that's the episode Robert was trying to be urban, and the great Sherry Shepherd, who I do personally know from her stand-up comedy days back in the 90s. So I just, you submitted and you got picked, and it was one of the most amazing experiences because everybody is so wonderful on that cast. Like everybody was just so cool and down to earth. I'm talking like from the producers to the stars. Like everybody was just so welcoming. Ray Romano, really cool. Garrett, everybody was really cool. So, and I had got featured because he was dancing right next to me.
Awesome.
So it was pretty cool. Yeah. Yes.
Were you a little bit nervous?
I was a lot nervous because like I had not because when they're rolling, like we had rehearsal days before they bring the live studio audience in and everything like that. But when you got the live studio audience, you've got the cameras, you got the producers, you got the director, and it's being taped. So that is pressure. But thankfully they made us feel like so welcome, and we had a couple days rehearsal before they actually did the taping in front of the live studio audience. So it was cool, but I mean, that's what I came to Hollywood to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was a wonderful experience.
Awesome. I'm just going to get on with a few more questions.
By bringing that up. Yeah, go
okay.
ahead, Chris.
Well, I like to do my homework on my guests and stuff like that.
You did.
Or try to. I try to anyways. Hey, just a couple more questions for you, Rory. Do you remember the first time you performed stand-up comedy in front of a live audience? And when you go up live for your shows, do you have a ritual that helps you stay calm and focused before a show?
Yeah, I remember the very first time was an open mic. It was on Stenton Avenue. I got my mom, my dad, I had like 9 family members that came out. And so I remember it well. And I was very nervous, but I was prepared. I was only doing like 3 minutes, so it wasn't like a long set or nothing like that. But it was an awesome experience. And my ritual, because to this day I do get nerves. I think most comics do. Anybody that doesn't is fooling themselves. So pretty much to keep myself centered, I just say a prayer for strength and courage and confidence. I just thank God for the opportunity. And then bam, once that name is called, then that switch goes off and it's just showtime.
How long does it take you to engage an audience mood as a stand-up comedian?
To gauge the audience mood?
Yeah, to get a feel for their mood.
Oh, well, you do that once you walk into the establishment. Like I'm casing, like, because you don't know what your lineup is going to be. You don't know if you first, middle, whatever. So as soon as I come into a comedy club, while they getting set up, I'm gauging the audience already. I'm already looking. I'm looking to see who is a couple. I'm looking to see what table got a girls' night out. Looking to see, like, you case it as soon as you come in. Most comedians, they will tell you that, I'm pretty sure. So you checking it. You checking to see where folks are seated at. People that you could probably pinpoint out if you're going to engage with the crowd. And then, like, your MC is going to go up there and warm up the crowd. You see what your MC does and see what you can check the temperature that way. And then depending on where you are in the lineup, like if you're not first, then you can piggyback off of something somebody else did, or if you go up there, you could, that's how I do it. That's my MO.
What's the average length of one of your shows?
Well, right now in Cali, most of the lengths of the shows that I'm doing out there right now is like 5 to 7 minutes. But like I'll be coming back here in December. Well, we still finalizing some stuff, so I don't want to put too much out there, but it'll probably be like a 20-minute set when I come out here. So like in Los Angeles, you don't get a lot of stage time because all of the stars, all of the big guns are out there. So if you're not famous, you're not gonna get a whole lot of stage time. But you don't need a whole lot of stage time. But the thing is that you get to share the stage with comedy greats because Damon Wayans can come in. Anybody from Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart. I mean, I've been at the Laugh Factory on Chocolate Sundays, and Cat Williams will come in and do some time. That's just how random it is, and that's every week. That's every week. So that's how it goes. And say like if you were booked for a show, and if you're booked for a spot, and if Chris Rock comes in and say, hey, I want to do 10 minutes, guess what? Your spot has been taken by Chris Rock. And guess what? You're happy about it. Like, you're not mad about that at all. You're like, I just got bumped by Chris Rock.
How much of an adjustment was it going from Philadelphia to LA, and the humor in California might be a little different than on the East Coast in Philadelphia?
Well, for me, Los Angeles was a lot better than New York, because when I first started out, I was living in Philly. So I started doing comedy in Philly. And going to New York, New York. Okay, New York crowds are like what they say about Philadelphia fans, okay? So if you can make a New York crowd laugh, then you pretty much, wherever you go, you cool. New York is rough, okay? So I found that Los Angeles crowds, it just depends on the type of audience. Like the hard urban audiences are a little bit tougher. The black folks is tough on black folks. I'm gonna tell you that, and I'm just being real. But for the most part, like the mainstream comedy rooms, I mean, you gotta be pretty terrible not to get a laugh. So it don't matter. Send me wherever. I'm gonna get a chuckle out of you.
Have you performed in Canada yet? Like in Toronto, Vancouver, out here yet?
No, 2024 is gonna open up some doors. I've been to Japan. I've been to kind of like throughout the country, to the Air Force bases, to the Bahamas, but not Canada yet. But I got y'all on the map. Trust me, I'm coming up there.
Okay, Rory, do you have time for 2 more quick questions? Oops, I think I just lost.
Yeah, you got me back. You got me back.
Yeah, are you okay for like 2 more quick questions, and we'll wrap it up?
Shoot away. Yes.
Okay. What was it like performing in some of the nation's top comedy clubs, such as the world famous Comedy Store, the Comedy Store, the Improv, and Flappers Nightclub, which I know about because I used for a couple years there during the pandemic. I was actually watching some of their shows that were done virtually, and the pandemic, I guess, was hard on the comedy industry.
Yeah, because I did a couple of Zoom shows with them too. The Comedy Store, it is for a comedian to get a spot. They got 3 rooms. They got the belly room, the original, and the main. And I've performed on all 3 stages. And I would say it is a comedian's dream come true to grace the stage of any of those clubs. Flappers is a little bit newer. It's a little newer, but they're still like, they are premier now. They're premier. They have stars coming through. So for me to be like, I did 3 comedy festivals. Oh, they jamming. I did 3 comedy festivals this year, which was also a high for me to get to get accepted into a comedy festival, because hundreds of comedians submit. They don't take everybody. So to me, it's truly humbling. It's a blessing, and it's just like a motivation to keep on pushing and doing what I'm doing.
All right, and this last question, I'm gonna make it into one full question. But what are some fun facts about Rori Diggs that your fans and audience might not know about, and just thoughts on this Philadelphia Eagles team here in 2023, and just some of your favorite Eagle players and most memorable Eagles games?
Okay. So fun facts about me is I love to cook. I am a pseudo chef. I'm like a closet gourmet. I love trying new recipes at home. I'm kind of a homebody too. I like to chill. I'm not like a big party girl, even though I'm celebrating the holidays. I'm a big mafia fan. I'm a big buff of mafia documentaries and mafia stories. Like, I love The Sopranos. Like, I think I could probably give you all the facts on The Sopranos more than I could on the Eagles. And as far as the Eagles, well, I had the hugest crush on Randall Cunningham. He was another one of my crushes when I was like 19.
Great player.
Randall, that was my first jersey, number 12. I love Randall Cunningham. I love Donovan McNabb. Jerome Brown, may he rest in peace. We used to party at clubs when they were doing their thing. And every game they win is a great game for me. Like this one Sunday, I'm so glad that 11 dropped that ball at the at the goal line. I was like, thank you, number 11. Thank you, number 11 from KC. Thank you for dropping that ball. So I just go like that. Every game they win is a great game for me.
How do you see the game going Sunday? I have the Eagles winning 30-20 over Buffalo, but I'm worried about this game because Buffalo is a non-divisional rival, and it's a non-conference game. And Buffalo is 6-5. They're desperate to get in the playoffs because they've had a bad start and injuries. And Josh Allen is kind of a little bit bigger version of Jalen Hurts. I think this is going to be one of the best games of the season for both these teams.
Well, like I was just talking to a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, and like he said, because of the Eagles, the record that they have right now, they're gonna have the tougher squads that they're gonna have to come up against. But I'm just gonna go with what Hurts said this post game Sunday, and the perseverance. I think they're gonna play smart. I don't think they're gonna allow anybody to punk them or to shake their confidence. They know what they need to get strengthened on. I think they're going to learn from the mistakes that happened against KC. And I think they're going to pull out a win. I can't predict the numbers. I'm not really good with that. Chris, I'm not an expert. But I have confidence that Philly will pull it out.
Okay, yes, and we have a Black Friday game today too. The Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets as well. I've got Miami winning that game 30-10. I just don't think the Jets can compete with Miami. But are you doing any shopping today on Black Friday?
No, actually today I have visiting to do, so I'm going to visit a friend, and then I have an event to go to this evening with a couple of my home girls that I hang out with when I was in my 20s. So we're doing a little reunion, and I'm flying out back to LA early tomorrow morning.
All right. Well, Rori, I'm going to let you go, but hey, I want to say thank you so much for coming on. Where can my audience follow you on social media and the best place to view your upcoming comedy performances?
On Facebook, just type in Rori Diggs, RORIDIGGS, or Rori Diggs on Instagram, and Rori is funny on it's X now, but you can follow me on those platforms.
And your next comedy performance is in what, December in LA?
Yeah, I believe. Oh gosh, I need an assistant. I believe it's the 16th. I'm not 100% sure, but it's posted on my Facebook.
Okay. Well, hey, Rori, I'm going to say thank you so much for coming on. Can you just show my audience briefly your Eagles jersey? That's Devontae Smith.
Number 6, the truth, baby.
Devontae Smith. He's gonna
baby.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, like I said, Rory, I want to say thank you so much. I'm going to have to get up to Philadelphia one of these days, and I would like to
Yeah,
see, I'd love to see you perform live in person as well. But I want to say thank you for
it'll
giving
happen.
me
It's gonna happen. Thank you,
definitely.
Chris. It was a pleasure, man. You take it
And
easy. I see you on Facebook.
give me give me a little bit of time, and I'll send you an audio and video copy of our episode today, and it will air on our radio station WQEE 99.1 FM next week as well. So I'll send you the link to that. But Rory, thank you so much for coming on season 7, episode 6 of Live with CDP Sports Talk. To wrap this show up, I got to say this: Go Birds, fly Eagles, fly.
Yes. Woo! EAGLES Eagles. See you, Chris.
Thanks, Rory. Have a great afternoon and safe travels back to LA.
Thank you. See you.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed season 7, episode 6 of Live with CDP Sports Talk with my guest Rori Diggs, a stand-up female comedian from Philadelphia, and she has had performances on the Improv, Flappers, and the Laugh Factory and the Comedy Club as well. And I got a little clip of her work from the Laugh Factory, and this is courtesy of Rori Diggs's YouTube channel, and please subscribe if you already haven't. Rori Diggs!
Diversity in here. Look at the number of people. How y'all doing? Man, I ain't been around this many white folks since I worked for Cigna. Hi, I'm excited. Oh my God, it feels good to be here tonight. A lot of stuff going on though. I'm a little nervous because there's a lot of stuff going on in the news. Y'all know, right? And I'm kind of nervous right now because look, I ain't overly political, okay? You know, I'm not gonna tell you who you should vote for or nothing like that. But all I'm saying is, if we ain't all careful, we all might be picking cotton in 2025. That's all I'm saying. White folks, I don't think y'all ready for a version of Wade in the Water by Justin Bieber. I don't think y'all ready for that. I don't think y'all ready for Swing Low, Sweet Chariot by Britney Spears. I don't think y'all ready. Just saying, do a little research. It could happen. Man, all the stuff going on in the news, like the classified documents. Oh my God, I can't keep up with this shit. Y'all see this stuff? The classified documents. Oh, we know that mom stole them documents. Now they're trying to say, oh, now Biden found classified documents on Biden. Y'all know Biden's old ass ain't still no classified documents. Come on now. He probably thought they was his dead granny's old pot pie recipes or some shit and took them to the house or something like that. He ain't still. Man, but I gotta tell you a little bit about myself. I am a recovering alcoholic. Yes, I got 3 months sober. Oh, thank you. That shit ain't consecutive, but you know, I counted up the days. It came up to about 3 months. You know, it'll take a week. Then holidays come around. My sponsor got locked up. I'm like, shit, I do what I'm gonna do. It's funny too, man, because my folks was getting on me because they was like, you know, Rori, I think you may have a drinking problem. I was like, a drinking problem? I got no damn drinking problem. Now, not drinking, that would be a problem for me. So they suggested I go pop in on the AA meeting or something. So I'm gonna tell you something right now, y'all. Look, if you this straight up truth, if you ever feel bad about yourself, pop in on the AA meeting, okay? Oh my God, let me tell you what folks in there is depressing. Oh my God. I'm sitting there like, damn, I just like to party too much. Where the party people section at, you know? And this one dude in there, he talking about how he lost his wife and his kids, and I'm sitting there like, damn, Bob, you know what? You don't need to drink. No, you need something heavier, man. You need to do some crack or something. You really need to escape. Drinking because I still got some pandemic problems. People got pandemic problems. Like, one problem I got is that, I can't break up with my man because I can't afford rent and cable. So that's, yeah, I got kind of like, I got addicted. Binge watching TV all the time. And you know what I was doing? I was binge watching cartoons. And check this out, I was binge watching the cartoons that I grew up on, okay, from back in the day. And to me, they were pretty traumatic, but they kind of socially relevant, right? Because I'm looking at my favorite cartoon growing up. All-time favorite was the Flintstones. Y'all remember the Flintstones, right? Eddie and Barney kicking it, Fred and Willie children. But is it me, or were there like no black folks in bedrock? I'm saying they could have at least had a brother running the rig stand where Fred used to go after the driving movie, right? Call it T-Bone's Takeout. Then they had Bugs Bunny. Y'all remember Bugs Bunny, right? Bugs Bunny was Caitlyn Jenner before Caitlyn Jenner. If you think about it, every time you turn around, he was dressed up like a woman, doing the monster's hand, kissing up a foot in the mouth. I'm like, Bugs, 2023, you might as well come on out the closet, man. It's cool. Last but not least, Daffy Duck. Y'all remember Daffy Duck, right? Daffy Duck was Black Lives Matter before Black Lives Matter, wasn't it? Think about it. Everywhere Daffy went, they was giving Daffy grief. Talking about this duck season. Daffy be up there like, no, man, it's rabbit season. They like, no, Negro, it is duck season. Yo, my name is Rori Diggs. That's my time.
All right, guys, that was courtesy of Rori Diggs' YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, just type in Rori Diggs on YouTube and subscribe to her channel. And I want to say thank you to Rori Diggs, a female stand-up comedian from Philadelphia, for coming on here today. And she's a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan as well. Speaking of the Philadelphia Eagles, they take on the 6-5 Buffalo Bills, who are looking for their first win in Philadelphia since 1996 at 4:25 p.m. Eastern this Sunday at Lincoln Financial Field. This is only Buffalo's third ever appearance at Lincoln Financial Field, and this is only their 15th ever head-to-head regular season matchup between the Eagles and Bills. And speaking of that, next live with CDP Sports Talk, sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet here in Guelph, Season 7, Episode 7, tomorrow morning. That's tomorrow morning, Saturday, November 25th at 10 a.m. Eastern, with my guest, Stu Boyer, former longtime sports anchor reporter with WGRZ Channel 2 in Buffalo for 35 years. Stu is a friend of mine. He's going to come on, and we're going to preview the Buffalo Bills-Eagles matchup this Sunday. And Stu's going to give me a little bit of the Buffalo Bills perspective on how the team's doing at 6-5 after their win against the Jets, and we'll talk about the matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. So I hope you guys can all turn into Live with CDP Sports Talk tomorrow morning, Saturday, November 25th, again at 10 a.m. with Stu Boyer, and I'm looking forward to speaking to Stu about the Bills and the Eagles matchup, which I think will be one of the better regular season games in the National Football League as well this season. NFL's on today, guys. Black Friday NFL football. Miami at the Jets at 3 p.m. I understand they want to put this game on Black Friday because it's a holiday in the States. But why 3 o'clock? Why wouldn't you put this game on at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night in prime time? But yeah, we have NFL today. Miami and the Jets at 3 o'clock today. I think Miami's going to blow them out. I think Miami is going to put 30 points on them. I think it's going to be 30-10 Miami as well. Again, I want to say congratulations to the 2023 Grey Cup champion Montreal Alouettes after their 28-24 win in the 110th Grey Cup this past Sunday in Hamilton. Cody Fitzgerald was the MVP, and Tyson Philpott was named most outstanding player in the game, and congratulations to the Alouettes on that Grey Cup championship win. And also, guys, we have a big matchup tomorrow in college football. Number 2 Ohio State 11-0 at the 11-0 number 3 rated Michigan Wolverines at the Big House at 12 p.m. kickoff. Jim Harbaugh is suspended, so he won't be coaching the Wolverines, and that should be a hell of a game. It'll basically decide who's going to be the Big Ten champion and probably go to a bowl game, the national championship. So that game is at 12 o'clock tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that as well. As always, Live with CDP Sports Talk is a weekly sports and entertainment talk show hosted by yours truly, Chris Pame. Is always on weeknights at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern on radio station WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, the home of Southern sports and talk, the heartbeat of Atlanta. Our station's website is wqeefm.radio12345.com as well. Live with CDP Sports Talk is live streamed on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter /X, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And I want to say thank you to everyone this morning for watching my show with Rori Diggs live streamed as well on these platforms. You can also follow my digital media work and my previous radio shows on beacons.ai/Chris D. Pame as well. Live with CDP Sports Talk, again, is brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out barrycullen.com for the newest selection of new pre-owned GM vehicles, or give them a call at 519-824-0210, or email them at info@barrycullen.com. Speaking of Barry Cullen Chevrolet right now, gear up for fall with the 2023 Silverado 1500 truck, 0.99% financing for up to 60 months. Eligible Costco members can receive a $750 bonus on select trucks as well. And since we're getting close to winter, if you purchase a set of 4 winter tires at Barry Cullen Chevrolet, you can get up to $125 in rebates depending on the tire manufacturer as well. More details at barrycullen.com for that as well. I have some comments on here, and this is my friend Candy from Philadelphia. Clap, clap, clap. And thank you, Candy, for watching. She's a comedian in Philadelphia as well. Go Birds. Absolutely. Candy, since you're watching the show, can you type in your comment? What is your prediction for a final score between the Eagles and Bills on Sunday? But thank you so much, Candy, for watching this as well. And she's a comedian as well. And I'm hoping to have her on my show one day as well. You can also follow me on TikTok at Live with CDP. Yes, I am a TikTok creator at the age of 51. So again, you can check out my work at Live with CDP on TikTok. StreamYard is the official live stream provider of Live with CDP Sports Talk. If you're into webinars or podcasting such as myself, check out StreamYard.com. Live with CDP Sports Talk, the audio version is available on these platforms: iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Spotify, Castbox, LinkedIn, Pandora, and tuned in. And again, weeknights at 8 on WQEE 99.1 FM. You can also reach me, email me, or text me at Live with CDP Sports Talk at cpame19@gmail.com, or you can text the show at 519-820-7188 with comments, questions, suggestions. I'm always looking for feedback to improve my show as well. Also, I want to give a shout out to a gentleman from Tip Top Tailors at Storrow Mall here in Guelph. His name is Mud, or AKA Ali, at Tip Top Tailors at Storrow Mall. If you're looking for men's professional business clothes and want to look good for media work or for whatever you're doing, go see Mahmoud, aka Ali, at Tip Top Tailor Store at Storrow Mall. He does a great job. He knows what you will like, what your style, and he'll do a great job taking care of you. Great customer service from Ali, and he's also a huge Winnipeg Blue Bombers fan. Unfortunately, they lost the Grey Cup 28-24 as well. And that's about it, guys. Again, I'm looking forward to my next Live with CDP Sports Talk tomorrow morning again at 10 a.m. with Stu Boyer. This will be his 4th appearance on my show. He was with WGRZ Channel 2 TV in Buffalo for 35 years. And who better then have Stu come on and talk about the Buffalo Bills and preview the game against the Eagles. The Eagles are 9-1 coming off their big win against the Kansas City Chiefs, 21-17. And the Bills are coming off a big win against the Jets. The Eagles are still fighting off the Niners and Cowboys for that number 1 seed in the NFC and getting that crucial bye week and having home field advantage throughout the playoffs. San Francisco and Dallas, I believe right now, are 8-3 or 9-3. They're right behind the Eagles, but it's not going to be easy on Sunday against the Buffalo Bills team. Buffalo head coach Sean McDermott with the Eagles defensive coordinator from 1999 to 2012. And Sean McDermott is from the Pennsylvania area. So this will be his first game as a head coach in the National Football League in his hometown. And Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni is from Jamestown, New York, which is not too far from Buffalo. So he's a Western New York native as well. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you guys can tune in to season 7, episode 7, number 337 tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with Stu Boyer. And really looking forward to that Eagles-Bills game at 4:25, which will be on CBS with Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, and the sideline reporter will be Tracy Woodson as well. And again, we have Black Friday football today, Jets in Miami at 3 o'clock. I don't know why they went with 3 o'clock on a holiday. And then the Red Wings take on the Boston Bruins today in Boston at the TD Gardens at 1 p.m. as well. Again, I want to say thank you to my guest, Rori Diggs, a female stand-up comedian out of Philadelphia and now working in LA, for coming on today. And again, check her out on her social media sites. I will put them on my tickers before we end this show. And I want to say thank you to Rori and thank you to everybody for watching and listening to Live with CDP Sports Talk, and also being brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet and on WQEE 99.1 FM. I hope everybody has a great Black Friday. And for my American friends, again, a happy belated Thanksgiving. And also a shout out to my my friend, Buddy Mercury. Check out his website, buddymercury.com. His family does a lot of fundraising for animal shelters across the states in Canada as well. And Buddy also likes to play the piano. So check out buddymercury.com and you'll see some of Buddy's piano performances there as well. They're a really good family, the Wolf family, of really good people, and Buddy Mercury, awesome. And I'm looking forward to getting his 2024 calendar as well. I hope everybody has a great rest of the Friday and enjoy Black Friday, enjoy the NFL, and looking forward to tomorrow's show with Stu Boyer at 10 a.m. And then we've got Michigan football against Ohio State at 12 o'clock. Have a great afternoon, everybody. Again, thanks for watching and listening to Live with CDP Sports Talk on WQEE 99.1 FM and brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet here in Guelph. Have a great afternoon, everybody.